Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greeting to our beloved Professor Datuk Dr. Ahmed Kamil Maidin Mira, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic and Student Affairs, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, Dr. Zatul Karamah binti Ahmad Baharul Ulum, Dean of Faculty of Management and Information Technology, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, Mr. Sumardi, Deputy Dean, UM Hamka, Mr. Muhammad Aidil bin Abdul Aziz, Head of Management Department USAS, Mr. Arif Widodo Nugroho, Head of Department of Management Hamka, Madam Dewi Puji Rahayu, Head of Department of Applied Taxation and Applied Accounting Hamka, Madam Ummu Salma Al-Azizah, Head of Department of Islamic Economics, and Mr. Muhammad Tamil Fikri from Hamka, lecturers and staff of Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, and all my students. Once again, welcome to all students and staff of Universitas Muhammadiyah, Professor Dr. Hamka. Praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, we have been graced by the chance to gather in this momentous ceremony. Before we move on, let us begin with the recitation of dua that will be led by Brother Amar Zuhdi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala ashabi ajma'in. We express our gratitude to you for allowing us to attend assembly on this auspicious morning. O Allah, we ask you for the safety of our religion and the welfare of our body. O Allah, Lord of the implanting authority, make the days that we've gone through, starting with your mercy, continue with your blessing, and end with your forgiveness. And also make the days that we've gone through with guidance and end with victory of excellence. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, let our effort as means enlighten and convince ourselves that the personal safety of either outer or inner is prerequisite for achieving happiness and excellence in various fields. O Allah, grant us faith and strength in order to face the challenge of life during the transition period and in the face of life in this new era. Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, O Allah, show us guidance and adjust our path and ways to achieve happiness and glory. Let us listen to people who like the good thing. Let us avoid doing the bad and evil thing. O Allah, bless our life in this meeting and gathering. Prevent us from harm and unfortunate event. Allahumma jal jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarraqana min ba'dihi tafarraqan ma'suma. ولا تجعل لهما فينا ولا معنا ولا من يتبعنا شكيا ولا مترودا ولا محروما. اللهم اجعل خير أعمالنا آخره وخير أعمالنا خواتمه خير أيامنا يوم شوقك فيه. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا والإخوان الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you to Brother Amar Zuhdi for the recitation of dua just now. Without ado, I welcome Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah binti Ahmad Baharul Ulum, the Dean of Faculty of Management and Information Technology, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, to give a welcoming speech and remarks. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Greetings to my boss, Professor Datuk Dr. Ahmad Kamil Maidin Mera, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic and Students Affairs, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah. A very special welcome to our distinguished guests from Universitas Muhammadiyah, Professor Dr. Hamka, Mr. Sumardi, the Vice Dean 1, Mr. Arif Widodo Nugoro, Head of Department of Management. He will be our panelist today, insyaAllah. Madam Dewi Puji Rahayu, the Head of Department of Applied Taxation and Applied Accounting, Madam Ummu Salma Al-Aziza, Head of Department of Islamic Economic, and Mr. Muhammad Tamul Fikri. And also to all the students and staffs of Universitas Muhammadiyah, Professor Dr. Hamka. And not forgetting my Head of Department of Management, Mr. Muhammad Aidil, Dr. Hikmatullah, also our panelists today, all lecturers, and also to all my dear students. And again, in the name of Almighty Allah and His Messenger, okay, the Prophet Nabi Muhammad Rasulullah SAW, who taught us the meaning of life, I would like to welcome all of you to Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah. Thank you for coming, delegation from UHAMKA. And Alhamdulillah, again, we are gathered today to actually witness two programs. The first one is to witness the signing of Memorandum of Agreement between USAS and also UHAMKA. And the second one is to join and have this sharing of knowledge session with our two panelists, one from USAS and one from UHAMKA. The Faculty of Management and Information Technology of USAS, okay, fosters future leaders in management and information technologies with the zeal to learn and contribute to society and humankind. The university motto, which is Rahmatan lil Alamin, explain the commitment of the staff and students in endeavoring of teaching and also learning. The faculty aims at producing human capital and technologies with fundamental academic skills in theory and practice for the advancement of a more modern way of life. In our mission to develop professionals with good and also global perspective who are willing to take on active roles in the progress of management and information technology, the faculty encourage international interactions and collaboration like the one that we're going to witness today through the participation of lecturers and students in intellectual discourse with academicians between both faculties. The exchange student program, inshallah, that we're going to have in the future, okay, is a brilliant initiative by both universities that will provide excellent opportunities to students to travel and learn from their counterparts from other countries. This will allow them to exchange knowledge and, of course, to learn culture from different countries and also region. This will also provide our graduates with the skill of learning new ideas, designing and perfecting experimental techniques, as well as performing critical thinking. I'm taking this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the panelists, Dr. Hikmah and also Mr. Arif, who will today share, okay, their expert areas, okay, especially in Islamic finance, with all the audience in this hall. With that, I am pleased again to welcome the collaboration between Faculty of Management and Information Technology, University Sultan Azlan Shah, and the Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Professor Dr. Hamka. We pray that this collaboration will strengthen the academic bond between the two institutions. I would also like to thank all individuals, departments that have contributed to make this event a successful one. With that, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karma for the welcoming speech. Next, I welcome Madam Nurul Fatihah binti Kamarul Bahrain, Director of the program, to give her remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very special honor to our Professor Datuk Dr. Ahmad Kamil Maidin Mira, Deputy of Vice Chancellor of Academic and Student Affairs, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, Dean of Faculty of Management and Information Technology, Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah binti Baharul Ulum, Mr. Sumardi, Deputy Dean Universiti Muhammadiyah Professor Dr. Hamka, Mr. Muhammad Aidil bin Abdul Aziz, Head of Department of Management USAS, Mr. Arif Widodo, Head of Department of Management Hamka, also our panelist today, Madam Dewi Puji Rahayu, Head of Department of Applied Taxation and Applied Accounting Hamka, Madam Ummu Salmah Al-Azizah, Head of Department of Islamic Economy, and Mr. Muhammad Tamul Fikri from Hamka, and Associate Professor Dr. Hikmatullah Babu Zahid, also one of our speaker today. Lecturers, staff, students of Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah and Universiti Muhammadiyah Professor Dr. Hamka. Greetings are extended to our esteemed guest who is currently present at our esteemed university. We express our warmest welcome and hospitality to you. Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. It is our sincere hope that the collaborative affiliation between Hamka and Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah will yield favorable outcomes for the advancement of both educational establishment. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of sustainable in Islamic finance being discussed today hold great significance as sustainable finance is closely linked with Islamic finance. The financial sector holds enormous power in funding and bringing awareness to issues sustainability. The European Commission has provided a definition for sustainable finance, highlighting the inclusion of environmental, social and governance (ESG) consideration within financial investment. Environment factors include the mitigation of the climate crisis or use of sustainable resources. Social sector include human animal rights as well as consumer protection and diverse hiring practices. Meanwhile, governance factors refers to the management, employee relation and compensation practices of both public and private organizations. This notion is intricately connected to the UN Sustainable Development Goals (SDG), which Islamic finance is well equipped to support due to its emphasis on social responsible development and the interconnection between economic growth and social well-being. Nevertheless, despite the substantial financial requirements for SDG, the potential of Islamic finance remains untapped as a substantial and non-traditional means for sustainable development financing. Consequently, today's discourse holds a very significant importance as it aims to extensively delve into the aspect of sustainable in Islamic finance, relying on the expertise of our esteemed professional. Thank you.
Thank you to Madam Nurul Fatihah binti Kamarul Bahrain. Moving on, I welcome Mr. Eddie Setiawan, Vice Dean for Student and Publication, Hamka, to deliver his greeting. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala asrofil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Amma ba'du. Very special honor to Professor Datuk Dr. Ahmad Kamil Midin Mera, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic and Student Affairs, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah Baharul Ulum, Dean of Faculty Management and Information Technology, Encik Aidil bin Abdul Aziz, Head of Department of Management, all lecturer and all student. Hello, I'm from University of Muhammadiyah Profesor Dr. Hamka. Alhamdulillah di kesempatan siang ini kami datang dan ada permohonan maaf dari Maiden. Hari ini beliau sakit dan mohon doanya dari lecturer and all student. Kemudian yang kami hormati juga teman-teman dari Faculty of Economy and Business University of Muhammadiyah Profesor Jakarta. Di sini ada Vice Dean 1 Mr. Sumardi. Kemudian juga ada Head of Department Management Mr. Arif Widodo. Insya Allah akan membawakan seminar internasional. Kemudian juga ada Madam Dewi Puji Rahayu. Kemudian ada Mr. Tamul. Mr. Tamul. Kemudian ada, kalau saya bacanya Abang Damir ya nih, Abang Damir. Nah, beliau juga lagi menimba ilmu ya, S3 di Universiti Utara Malaysia. Kemudian ada Ummu Salma Al-Azizah, Head of Department Ekonomi Islam, menimba ilmu juga S3 di IIUM. Ya, betul. Terima kasih all student and all academic. Perkenankan saya di sini berdiri di sini juga mohon maaf bahasa Indonesia ya. Campur ya. Mengerti tidak? Mengerti. Oh, alhamdulillah mengerti semua. Takutnya saya ngomong di depan nggak mengerti ya. Saya nanti ngomong sama siapa. Terima kasih juga ini semua madam and all student and lecturer dari Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah. Betul tak? Betul, alhamdulillah betul. Dan alhamdulillah ini collaboration akademik yang bagi kami sangat luar biasa ya. Collaboration ini in research, kemudian juga ada namanya community development, for all to Universiti Muhammadiyah Profesor Dr. Hamka. Dan kami mengucapkan banyak terima kasih, disambut dengan meriah ya, meriah. Meriah. Luar biasa disambut dengan meriah dan mohon maaf atas keterlambatan karena perjalanan sangat jauh dan kami mengucapkan banyak terima kasih dan semoga ini berlanjut untuk collaboration dan lainnya. Terima kasih dari saya, semoga mendapat keberkahan dari Allah Subhanahu wa taala dan kami ucapkan banyak terima kasih khusus untuk semua rekanan dari Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah. Itu saja, billahi fi sabilil haq, fastabiqul khairat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you to Mr. Edi Setiawan for the speech and insights. Now, I welcome both Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah and Mr. Sumardi to continue with the signing agreement session. Ladies and gentlemen, we presenting to you the USAS commercial videos.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Muhammad from the International Department, Universiti Sultan Shah. How can I help you? Oh, so you're interested to pursue your study here at USAS? Great. You're calling at the right time. Don't worry, I'll be here to help you.
Bukan sekadar itu saja. Dan segalanya bermula di sini.
Are you excited today? Yes! Good. Let's move on to the next chapter. Your journey begins here.
Malaysia is well known for its tower landmarks, like the Petronas Twin Tower,
Beautiful mosques, natural wonders, colorful cities, and scenic vistas.
Another thing that we all love about Malaysia is, of course, the food. The diverse of cuisines you can find here is astounding.
Whether it's food for your native countries, to local Malaysian delicacies, and to exotic international delights.
You can definitely find it here in Malaysia. However, Malaysia isn't just a tourist destination, but it is also a popular study abroad destination. Here in Malaysia offers high quality of education at low tuition fees, various scholarships, wide range of programs or courses, and lucrative job opportunities. Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah USAS is an ideal option for international students. The university has been a full-fledged university since the year 2016. USAS is located in Kuala Kangsar, a royal capital of Perak, Malaysia. But for those who are not familiar where Perak is a state in the northwest peninsula of Malaysia, just a 2 hours 30 minutes drive from Kuala Lumpur. The first thing that you should know about USAS is that it is international, with a diverse range of cultures that you won't find elsewhere in Malaysia. So, this is the perfect opportunity for all international students out there to come here at USAS to make friends with local and international students here in USAS. Not to worry guys, USAS offers free airport collection services to all local and international students.
The international department officers will wait at the arrival hall for each of the student. We will pick you guys up, get you guys on the university transport, and make sure that you guys are safe and sound to our campus.
Studying USAS offers you the possibility to experience vibrant student life, and to learn more about new cultures and tradition. You can also experience a dynamic lifestyle with exciting adventures and places to explore, such as the Ubudiyah Royal Mosque, the Victoria Bridge, Istana Kenangan, Kuala Kangsar Clock Tower, Ulu Kansor, Taiping Lake Garden, and many more. Make USAS your study abroad destination. Submit your online application now at online.usas.edu.my, or you can visit our website at www.usas.edu.my. I am Muhammad Bizaini from the International Department, University Sultan Azlan Shah, and I welcome you all here to University Sultan Azlan Shah as an international student. See you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite Madam Hafida Akmal binti Musadat to lead the presentation from our representative. Please welcome.
So thank you very much to our dedicated MC. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to our honorable participant from Hamka and also the participant from University Sultan Azlan Shah. Welcome to our International Islamic Finance Symposium today. So we are privileged to have the panel of experts with us, and together we aim to engage the enlightening discussion on this symposium today. So before we begin, let me introduce our panelists today. So the first one is Associate Professor Dr. Hikmatullah Babu Sahib, our senior lecturer from University Sultan Azlan Shah. And next to him is Mr. Arvi Dodo, which is representative from the Hamka. So our panelists actually here bring our diverse experience as well as information, also the perspective that will enrich our understanding in the symposium today. So our agenda today, we will start with the 20-minute presentation from the panel 1 first, and then we'll proceed with the panel 2, and then we'll intersperse with the Q&A session with the audience. So to our audience member, if you have any question to ask or any valuable insight to share, please raise your hand in the Q&A session. So your involvement is very essential, and I believe that your active participations will enhance in depth in our conversation. All right. So let us now embark in our journey, Prof. All right. So when we talk about sustainability, it's actually referred to the concept of that serving the great demand of the current generation without comprising the future generation. And when it comes to the sustainability, it's actually based on the 3 dimensions, which is environment, social governance, and also economic as well. So I believe that our discussion today will delving into more detail. And without further delay, I invite our first panelist, Associate Professor Dr. Hikmatullah, to share his insight. So, Prof, the floor is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin al-Mustafa wa ala alihi shurafa wa ashabihi ahali siddiq wal wafa. Amma ba'd. I would like to get the audience to come forward and fill some of the space here first, because it looks very empty, you know, and it doesn't have a positive effect on my delivering the lecture. You know? Why don't you all come forward? I think this is the situation of the Ummah. They cannot move. You know? I think we have to come forward. Please. Please come forward. All right, I think before they come, I think I would like to request all of you to stand up for 1 minute in silence for our brothers who have been, brothers and sisters who have been, persecuted in Palestine. And let's recite Surah Al-Fatiha for the departed soul. Okay. We remain standing for 1 minute and then I will recite Surah Fatiha for them. Thank you very much. Let's recite the Surah Fatiha for the departed souls. Al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Ameen. Thank you very much. Take your seats. All right. I extend my warmest greetings to our delegates from Indonesia, and to my respected dean, and to the head of the department, Brother Aidil, and the rest of the staffs, and my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. The topic is a very interesting topic because I normally prepare the full text to present, but I have chosen not to do it this time around because the pains are too much. So I cannot put every pain in writing. So what I would like to do is, I want to present it in an impromptu manner on an issue pertaining to the Islamic finance and sustainability. But before that, we have to know that what is sustainability, because it has got out of 150 synonyms. We have to know which one, what it meant. It could mean that viability, tenability, it will be practicality, practicability. It could also mean profitability. It has got whole shades of meanings which doesn't allow us to be very specific on what we mean by sustainable. But for a business entity, what is most important is must be profitable. Second, it is manageable. Third, it must be viable. It must be feasible. It is practical. And after all, it must be manageable. These all things constitute what we call as sustainability. This phenomena of sustainability is not something new. Everyone has been talking about it ever since man came into his being. But the fact is that it became an issue at from the United Nations Millennium Goal, where they found that it was not completed. The mission of this one did not complete. They have to carry it forward. And they have given the duration that within 15 years, from 2015 to 2030, this must be perfected and accomplished. So they have given that issue of sustainability. But before we talk about sustainability and its issue to Islamic finance, we have to also know what is Islamic finance. Islamic finance is no longer an idea, it's a reality now. With a lot of Muslims, demanding their transactions be Islamically compliant. And I've got an issue with Islamic Sharia compliance. Because when we talk about Sharia compliance, what we are discussing is how Sharia will be, fit into the regulations they have set. That is the international order. So we are bringing Sharia in conformity with the international order. It's not the international order is in conformity with Sharia. So that's a bit of a tricky issue. So when we talk about Sharia compliance, I feel that it should be, we should study the international order of things in the light of Sharia and see whether we, these things can fit in or not. Because Sharia is a divine law, it's not a man-made law. So we cannot be allowing the divine law to be dictated by man-made law. That is fundamentally wrong. So what we have to do is, we study the existing system in the light of, in the light of Sharia. And if you look at it, the existing system is based on riba. And riba is sitting on our head. That's why I've started with this picture. It is a shrimp. And the shrimp, the impurity sits on the head. That's why also in modern society, in the existing system order, the riba occupies the head of the. So that needs to be removed. And once it is removed, then the whole thing can be considered as Sharia compliance. See? But this idea of the Sharia compliance, it needs to be further elaborated and further examined, because it has been used conveniently for endorsing everything that comes from the regulatory framework. That needs to be closely examined. So I feel that the Sharia compliance issue should not be the most important thing in our Islamic finance. What we have to focus is Sharia-based finance. Because that is the thing we have to pursue. That should be the one which is the sustainability should be emphasized on that. So in the era of sustainability, when you are talking about Islamic finance, it has got to be factored into three things which are interlinked, whether we like it or not. Because Sharia compliance has to fit into the geostrategic competition, geopolitical competition, and geostrategic competition. This is where we have to, because if you look into the world right now, the world is getting towards uncertainty. A lot of competition is going on, and which is, they are fighting for the space of hegemonic existence. So you see that Islamic finance is a convenient tool for many people to manipulate. See? So it is here we have to be very careful. So as we are going to pursue the financial independence of Muslim community, we have to ensure that how far we are able to allow, because we are still stuck with this international order of things. These international order of things are not in favor of Islamic one. Because if you look into the financial order, world financial order, Islamic finance is nowhere to be mentioned. We are hardly 1%. And we are not making any impact. We are not making any impact on it because we are hardly there. But why they are giving attention to us? It's a question we have to ask. IMF and World Bank came to know about Islamic finance in 1980s. But this idea of Islamic finance was there since 1940. It was an idea of interest-free, finance. It was there, and it, grew in momentum, and we have realized this with the establishment of the first Islamic bank in 1975. And if you look into the whole thing, the Islamic finance has been for almost 70 years. They have been in existence. It as an idea, and that translated into reality. But reality is not that easy for us. What is happening right now is we are at the mercy of international order, and we are required to follow their order of things if we want to do, financial transaction. So as a result, what happened is Sharia advisors are forced to make decisions which are not necessarily in consonance with the Sharia. You see, they are doing only thing because they have been paid well, and they are making decision on behalf of the other people, not the Sharia Islamic society. What we have to do is we have to move from Sharia compliance to Sharia based and develop our own institution and in the the economy on the basis of fully and full Sharia Sharia based. So in this, what we have to develop is institutions like Waqf, Zakat, and all this should be given full attention. And all the varieties and the ramification of all these things must be applied on Sharia-based industries. And we can give lesser attention to Sharia compliance, this one, because it is tied to international order of things. Conventional finance, these are dictated by the group of 13 families which are running the world. And that 13 family, together with the Bilderberg group, they dictate the policies. And we are just being taken by our ears to the chopping board. I think we do not want. Because what is happening in the in the world right now is the middle income group is getting narrowed down. And what's happening is only 1% of the world population want to control 99% of the population. All our resources and properties have been taken over. People like Bill Gates and all these people, they are busily buying properties, particularly arable land in Muslim countries. Muslim countries, they are coming. And these money are fiat money. It's not backed by anything of very substance. And we are giving them the leeway and the opportunity to come and invest their money in taking our resources and lands. This must be stopped. In the name of investment, we should not be allowing fiat money unless they bring in gold. I think, say, I will accept. Even then, if it is gold, we have to be very careful because it may be coated gold. So these are the issues we have to be very careful with that. So I felt that what is the rush to become involved in Islamic finance, I think we have to be very careful as much as we are open to embracing the opportunity available. We have to ensure that the Islamic finance has got to have two levels of commitment must be there. One is the Islamic Sharia compliant entity can have worked together with the conventional one, where they can interact and learn from one another. Because even conventional finance needs the ethical values of Islamic Sharia. So they are in the process of learning from one another, and the technology, innovation, and all these things which are being, which are being promoted by the conventional one, that can be quickly adapted into to our Sharia compliant, this one, which they have been doing it with the advance of fintech and all this type of thing. It will be very useful. But what needs to be done for Muslim community is focus on the waqf, zakat, and all other aspects, where the wide range of things of the learning which have learned from the conventional and the Sharia compliant one must be included, so that diversity, innovation, creativity, and the expansion of opportunity will be there for waqf. So this is what we have to do, and I think that is as far as we want to decouple from the conventional one, I think we need to have the Sharia compliant component to absorb the shocks which might come through such a experiment. So we will have to make sure that it's give priority for the sustainability as far as the Sharia-based segment is concerned, must be given a higher priority than to the Sharia compliance one, which is a lesser priority. But we should not go to the extent of condemning what the conventional one, because conventional one is in the frontiers of knowledge. They are there, coming with innovations every now and then. So that needs to be understood, because otherwise we will be lagging behind the technological requirement. So it's a process for us to learn and to have a proper filtering of the negativities attached to this one will be removed. But in this respect, people who are in Sharia advisor must be also fully aware of the international order of things. The political economy must be a part of the curriculum of Sharia advisory, because many of them do not know how the world is being run. They do not know who is calling the shot. So as a result, they are endorsing everything under the name of maslaha, darura, and urf tijara, and all this type of thing. They are just as blind endorsement. They have to understand who is the person who is calling the shot, what are their agenda. If you look into this Bilderberg group, not even a single Muslims are there. There's a collection of people, they are dictating how the world should be ruled and divided. And we are just sitting ducks, waiting for something to be happen. So that need to change. We have to take possession of our own resources and how we dispense with it. And it is here, I find that Indonesia has taken a very bold step in having a lot of Waqf activities, which is a very bold step they have done. I think we have to learn from them. They can come up with the collaborative research. We have to work together to have the innovative aspect of Waqf management. You can't be going into corporate Waqf, as much as, Waqf has been all along been in the field of, family Waqf, or they call some individual Waqf. But we have to go into cash Waqf and corporate Waqf. And this is the future direction of our Islamic finance. And that I'm certain it will be a good aspect of sustainability. That need to be sustained. While we can do some lip service to Islamic compliance. See? So this is an area. I might not be the best person to address the topic of such a heavy weight because, for example, sustainability and this one, it requires someone from the industry and expertise in the field. But I'm not an Islamic economist. I'm not an Islamic, financial expert. I'm just a Sharia advisor. Having been served as for 16 years in Standard Charter, it gave me the opportunity to interact, discuss and deliberate with those people from the industry and to see what are the things which are there for us to learn from. And I feel that in many occasions I have disagreement. I have agreed to disagree because I was looking at it from a pure Sharia point of view. And I find that sometimes they are asking us to cut our feet to fit the shoe they created. And that is very painful. And it is this one, we have to be very clear what we mean by sustainability. At here, as far as the management, the profitability, practicality, and viability, feasibility, and all aspect of this one is there, I think that should be. And at the moment, and at the same time, what we have to make sure is it's also, pertaining to adhere to the Sharia values we have. What is happening when I was with the Standard Charter as the lead Sharia advisor, I've been telling them I've been questioning the approach to financing. They say that it is the direction we got it from the London office. I said that London office is no compared to my God. You see, I decided I have to do it according to what what is mentioned and what is revealed in the Quran and Sunnah. On that basis, we are judging things. So what we have to do is our scholars, Sharia scholars who are sitting in the various bank and financial institutions must be aware and knowledgeable of the international order of things, and we have to understand whether these are in conformity with the Sharia or not. For example, we are getting every time, Basel I, Basel II, Basel III, we have to comply. This is not a requirement for it. Yes, a lot of things are done on the basis of their own objective. It is not in the interest of the Muslim community. So what I would request, and through this seminar, is we pay more attention to our own resources. That is the Waqf and Zakat. Full range of innovation must be there. All products must come. Zakat institution have been focusing only on collecting money. It has not, perfected the distribution of it. It's not perfected the distribution. And there we have to ensure technological advantage, innovation must be put in place so that people who are genuinely, okay, we sure that we pay attention to our what you call Sharia-based institutions, and that needs to be expanded. And innovation must be put in more effort, money, and time should be spent on that. Because what happened, we are riding on somebody else. So that also, if you look into the current realities of the world, it is on the decline. There is a growing urge, demand for the de-dollarization is on the rise. And I think it will become, within another 5 to 10 years, you will see there will be a lot of impact on world economic order and financial order. I think we have to take us out of that difficulty and problem, because since we are riding on someone else, if they go down, we also go down. So that should be avoided. So we pay attention to our own strength area and develop it. Pay more attention, more effort, and this must be done. And in Malaysia, mashallah, we have already gone in 2 tracks. That is the conventional one and what do you call this, the Islamic one, which are going in parallel. But sometimes there might be a problem. They will say, how come one and the same body supervise both things? That's an issue. So my suggestion is that for Islamic Sharia-based one, we have to allow the local government or the state government or the religious body to take the lead rather than the central bank. Central banks are beholden to international order. So that will be a problem for us. So we have to make sure that local government, maybe you have got provinces or you have got state, under the leadership of the respective sultans, they can pay attention to that. So that will be very useful, because that can give us the latitude to do more flexible approach to that. Because if you come under the central body, what happens? It is beholden to international order. They have got to follow the instruction, and that will be it will not be to the advantage of the our Muslim community. Because what is happening right now is there's a growing demand for bringing waqf and zakat into the banking system, which I feel this is not a wise move. I don't think it's not, because it will pop up. Because increasingly what happens is the middle class is already being totally removed. What happens is the money, entire money goes into the hands of the few, and we do not know whether we will benefit. And that we have to put a stop to it, from becoming a part of the central bank issue. We will keep it, maybe an issue of Baitul Mal. You create a Baitul Mal, local Baitul Mal, and develop it as a separate institute, and a system within a system. And that should be given certain level of independence for them to function. Because initially we had all these things as decentralized. But what happened, with all our enthusiasm and excitement, we want to bring them under one control. But that control is not going to be conducive for us. It will be a problem because we are not in control of the international order. If the international order is within our control, I would say we have to go for the central one, which is not the situation. So my suggestion and my request for our brothers from Indonesia is to pay more attention on what they have been doing and strengthen it. Because Indonesia, being the largest Muslim country, if they make a decision, this affects the entire Ummah. And that's why we want to see that they take a very independent, impartial, and very focused attention to where Muslims invest and Muslim funds are. So with this, I think we will go to the last slide. There is some links I have. Okay, can you point to the first link? This you can read it on your own. Okay, you go to the first link. This is on the Shadow World Government, Bilderberg. I think, can you? I think they can't. So then you have got something to do with how the America has been ruining the world. They have attacked all Muslim countries where there is gold reserve. They have taken it because they don't want anybody to have gold. So they come up with all kind of pretentious excuse and attack us. Libya, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, all these countries have been looted of their resources, and nothing is with us. And they are expecting us to follow their rules. No, we should not. We should not. We have to mark, what you call our own independent, action plan. Then that has to be done. Otherwise, we will be losing everything what we have. Even the lands are being taken over under various, and because the aim is very simple. They want to depopulate the place, reduce the population, and do not want to share the wealth with others. So this is a problem. We have to put an end to it. We make sure that we increase the population, counter the move, and start having a larger family in the, and that will be very useful in the longer interest of the Muslim Ummah. And the rest of this thing, you can read it on your own, and then we will discuss, later if you're okay with this. And before I end, I think I have to congratulate our chairperson, Madam Chairperson, for having completed her, successfully defended her thesis, and also for chairing this session. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the informative and interesting talk. So from that discussion, we can see that how Islamic finance is actually important in promoting the sustainability, and it actually can fully utilize and mobilize the financial resources in achieve the SDG goal in a way which is more inclusive. So without further delay, please welcome our next panelist from representative from the UM-Hamka, Mr. Arif Widodo. So you may start.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, brother and sister. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafi anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. A very special honor to Prof. Dato Ahmad Kamil Midin Mira, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah. A special honor to Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah binti Baharul Ulum, Dean of Faculty Management and Information Technology, and Enci Adil bin Abdul Ajid as Head of Department of Management, lecturer, and Prof. Harimatul. Yeah, actually, it's very honorable for me to stand in front of all of you guys. Sorry, I'm very nervous. Yeah, maybe this is my first time. Yeah, to give a special presentation with international student. Yeah. But after I hearing when my third vice-dean, he said, you all can understand Indonesian language like bahasa. Yeah. So I will presentation with mix, both mix English and Indonesian. And alhamdulillah too, alhamdulillah, because when Professor Ahmadul said, in the back will fill, the chair in the front, but only boys. Maybe this is many. Nunduk ya. Okay. Thank you. Terima kasih kepada Encik teknisi ya. Terima kasih banyak. Maybe Alhamdulillah I said too, yeah, because when Prof. Ahmadullah said who in the back, just sit in the floor, on the front, maybe I'm nervous, but when the woman in the front, it maybe will make me not nervous but panic maybe. Okay, I will bring presentation about global Islamic finance and ESG concern. Maybe it will tema yang agak baru ya, mungkin bukan baru sih, agak unik ya, tapi tidak disebutkan di title. Terkait ESG concern. Next slide. Ya, seperti kita ketahui ya, teman-teman, just our now Islamic finance itu setelah berkembang ya, bukan hanya di negara Muslim, tetapi juga di negara non Muslim. Ya, terutama negara Muslim di mana Indonesia ya penduduk Islam yang Muslim terbanyak, dan setelah itu adalah Malaysia. Tapi kita masih banyak belajar terhadap Malaysia terkait namanya Islamic finance, apalagi terkait ESG itu Prof ya. Nah, Islamic finance itu berbasaskan ya, mungkin teman-teman bisa lihat, itu equity based, asset based, ethical, sustainable, environmentally and social responsible finance ya. Jadi ada sustainable and environmentally. Maybe Prof. Ahmadullah just said about sustainable ya, many word ya, we express sustainable. Pemahaman saya mungkin terkait sustainable itu ya adalah bertahan long term bertahan ya. Nah, following key principle itu lebih ada 3 ya, terkait prohibit interest ya, riba ya, financing must be linked to real asset, materiality, engagement in moral or ethical problem business, sama return must be linked to risk ya. Seperti mungkin teman-teman tahu ya, di Indonesia sendiri mungkin terkait sama Islamic finance ya, itu makin banyak peminatnya terkait syariah ya. Bahkan ya ada misalnya young generation ya, seperti teman-teman nih, generasi Z ya, itu untuk beli rumah ya, itu sekarang sudah disediakan namanya KPR berbasis syariah. Mungkin saya tak tahu di Malaysia apa ada juga. Jadi pengajuan kredit ya, loan to buy a house ya, berbasis syariah. Bahkan ya, saking kata syariah itu banyak digandrungi ya, word of syariah ya, or Islamic itu memiliki a powerful meaning ya. Bahkan ada sekarang di generasi anak muda itu ya berusaha MLM berbasis syariah ya, Ponzi scheme tapi berbasis syariah. Karena apa? Buat menarik peminat untuk kalian anak-anak muda. Selanjutnya next. Ya, mungkin seperti teman-teman tahu ya, terkait basic instrumen yang dimiliki oleh Islamic finance itu ada murabahah, mudarabah, ijarah, musyarakah, buy salam. Nah, ini ya pemahaman dasar ketika nanti yang lebih kompleks ya, mungkin di next slide ya akan muncul yang namanya next slide mungkin. Nah, ini murabahah itu terdiri dari ya, ada tambahan terkait sukuk ya, dan buy muajal ya, ya. Jadi yang pertama itu murabah itu terkait trade ya, perdagangan ya. Terus ijarah terkait financial leasing contract, mudarabah trustee finance contract, musyarakah itu equity participant contract. Nah, buy muajal itu deferred payment sale, dan buy salam deferred sale. Dan terakhir adalah sukuk ya teman-teman. Ya, next slide. Nah, seperti ya, ini saya ambil dari berita ya. Ya, ternyata global Islamic finance industry itu tumbuh 10% ya tahun 2003 sampai 2004. Next lagi. Nah, ini berdasarkan UNDP ya, laporan ISDB ya, Islamic Development Bank ya. Tahun 2021 itu Islamic financial asset itu sebesar 3.637 triliun dolar. Nah, diproyeksikan di tahun 2025 itu akan sebesar 4.922. Seperti itu teman-teman. Ya, jadi perkembangan yang namanya Islamic Finance ini padahal setelah yang namanya COVID ya, COVID di tahun 2019 ya, beginning of 2020 ya, tapi tidak terlalu berpengaruh terhadap yang namanya Islamic Finance. Next, lanjut. Nah, ini bisa kita lihat juga pertumbuhannya dari tahun 2014 sampai 2025 ya. Dan itu proyeksinya ya akan selalu meningkat. Seperti itu. Ya, proyeksinya akan selalu meningkat. Nah, langsung next. Nah, terkait namanya sustainability in finance ya. Mungkin konsep sustainability itu bukan hanya di finance saja, tapi di accounting ya, di marketing dan sebagainya itu sudah diterapkan seperti itu ya. Nah, paling terkenal sekarang mungkin ada istilah word green ya. Ada namanya green accounting, ada namanya green financing, ada namanya green marketing ya, dan sebagainya. Nah, sustainable finance itu ini has emerged as important concept, nah, berkaitan dengan namanya SDG ya. Sustainable Development Goals ya. Nah, sedangkan ya menurut European Commission ya, pengertian dari sustainable finance itu adalah proses ya terkait ya tadi ESG sama yang berhubungan dengan financial investment decision, seperti itu teman-teman ya. Jadi yang sustainable itu terkait ya ada hubungannya dengan namanya ESG ya. Yang sekarang mungkin di Malaysia itu lagi gencar, apalagi terkait penelitian yang terkait yang ESG. Nah, Bu Moy juga nih lebih penelitiannya dia konsepnya nanti akan spesifik terkait ESG. Nah, selanjutnya teman, next slide. Nah, seperti kita tahu ya ESG itu ya gabungan dari tiga bagian ya, environmental, governance, and social ya. Dimana environmental itu organisasi ya, sosial itu bagaimana sih hubungan ya dengan para stakeholder, dan terakhir itu adalah governance yang maka mengatur ya terkait regulasi dan sebagainya, seperti itu. Next. Nah, ini bagian konstan dari ESG itu adalah namanya greenwashing. Mungkin ada yang pernah dengar greenwashing? Greenwashing? Ada pernah dengar greenwashing? Ada? Ini terkait concern di mana ESG ya. Itu namanya greenwashing ya. Nah, kalau misalnya kalian teman-teman baca di slide ya. Greenwashing itu refer to practice of falsely promoting an organization environmental effort or spending more resource to promote the organization ya. Mungkin terkait namanya environmental ya, terkait ESG ya. Ini berkaitan dengan concern itu greenwashing ya. Ada kata green, berarti berkaitan dengan environmental. Ada kata washing, seperti teman-teman misalnya kata istilah brainwashing, tahu brainwashing? Cuci otak ya, cuci otak. Nah, ini seperti ini. Tetapi cuci otak lebih ke environmental. Mungkin tambah teman-teman sadari, ya teman-teman sudah terkena yang namanya greenwashing. Nah, selanjutnya, oke ya. Muncul istilah greenwashing ini sebenarnya sudah lama. Ya, kata greenwashing ini sudah lama. Tetapi makin booming itu ketika ada yang namanya gerakan going green. Ya, dengan yang namanya organisasinya adalah Greenpeace. Tahu Greenpeace teman-teman? Ya, bukan peace, bukan. Ya, bukan peace and love, bukan. Tapi Greenpeace ya, going green. Jadi serba green. Nah, jadi ya ini ada beberapa laporan terutama dari Deloitte ya, di mana generasi Z ya seperti teman-teman itu lebih suka ya membeli produk yang bersifat ramah lingkungan. Ya. Mungkin kalau misalnya teman-teman, saya tidak tahu di Malaysia ya, di Indonesia itu rata-rata sekarang seperti tempat-tempat coffee shop ya tidak menawarkan namanya sedotan, itu dia. Pastro itu menawarkan. Jadi kita hanya minum langsung teguk, ya langsung diteguk. Nah ini berkaitan dengan namanya tadi, ya greenwashing itu. Ya tapi teman-teman juga ya tanpa sadar pasti teman-teman lebih memilih ya membeli produk-produk yang mana yang ramah lingkungan. Kenapa? Kenapa nih? Nggak tahu. Tapi pernah lah berpikir seperti itu. Pernah. Dalam rangka apa? Memilih barang-barang yang ramah lingkungan, ya, tanpa sadar. Ya, ini yang namanya greenwashing. Jadi secara tidak langsung teman-teman itu ya memiliki rasa empati dan simpati ya terkait namanya tadi ya peduli lingkungan. Seperti itu teman-teman. Nah, contoh-contoh yang terkait greenwashing ya tadi seperti pernyataan sebelumnya ya beberapa perusahaan itu menggunakan greenwashing itu buat yang namanya meningkatkan image, pencitraan. Kalau di bahasa Melayu penimejan, pencitraan. Ya. Karena dengan namanya perusahaan ya yang dia melaporkan terkait nama CSR atau environment kegiatan-kegiatan berhubungan dengan peduli lingkungan itu akan meningkatkan value dari nilai perusahaan tersebut. Ya. Padahal ya kan, ya, kenyataan tidak seperti itu. Ya, tapi kita ya banyak yang tidak tahu. Nah, seperti kasus ini yang terjadi di tahun 1980-an di mana Chevron ya itu dia menggunakan campaign-nya slogan ya, people do campaign protecting wildlife ya, menjaga ya hewan-hewan liar. Ya, tapi ya, tetap yang Chevron ini ya menumpahkan ya tadi limbah-limbahnya itu di lingkungan. Seperti itu teman-teman. Banyak ya kejadian kasus-kasus seperti ini. Ya, greenwashing. Ya, tapi tanpa tidak langsung ya kita pasti memilih yang namanya peduli lingkungan, ya kan? Ya seperti mungkin dari mbak-mbak ini ya, if you like a boy, you prefer a neat boy or a dirty boy? A neat or a dirty? A neat, right? Secara tidak langsung kita memilih pasangan kita yang kelihatannya lebih rapi, seperti itu, ya, seperti itu. Nah, apalagi yang mungkin di sini ada penggemar K-pop, yang sangat saya sayangkan mungkin ya idol-idol ya sekarang itu kurang yang namanya mengkampanyekan terkait yang namanya peduli lingkungan, itu masih kurang, itu yang saya sayangkan. Karena kenapa ya? The word from the idol ya itu memiliki kekuatan yang besar ya pada para penggemarnya ya, apalagi di Indonesia ya itu banyak seperti apa BTS Army ya itu agresif sekali BTS Army, NTC memiliki komunitas-komunitas tertentu ya itu agresif sekali seperti itu. Tapi sayangnya masih banyak ya idol-idol Korea itu tidak mengkampanyekan terkait namanya green ya, peduli lingkungan. Selanjutnya. Nah, berhubungan dengan namanya climate emergency ya seperti tadi yang sustainability yang berhubungan dengan lingkungan dan sebagainya yang harus kita jaga ya, sustain ya, itu sebenarnya punya yang namanya opportunity ya terkait yang namanya Islamic finance ya. Ketika kata-kata tadi syariah ya atau mungkin tadi teman-teman peduli lingkungan sebenarnya ya itu bisa diterapkan dengan berkaitan dengan namanya Islamic finance ya. Zakat sendiri ya itu bisa memulai secara global itu 200 billion sampai 1 triliun ya untuk agenda SDG ya. Di Indonesia ya, mungkin di Malaysia ya mungkin kalau berhubungan dengan kepedulian lingkungan itu ringan tangan ya mengeluarkan sumbangan seperti itu teman-teman. Sebenarnya ini salah satu opportunity ya buat yang Islamic finance ya buat mengembangkan terkait yang namanya green washing seperti itu. Yang tadi memang hasilnya green washing itu adalah negatif tapi bisa ada hasil positifnya ya terkait Islamic finance seperti itu teman-teman. Nah, apa aja yang mungkin dilakukan tadi ya terkait green Islamic capital market ya. Terus green Islamic social finance sama mobilizing Islamic project finance for green infrastructure and developing green banking. Nah, ini yang paling banyak ya, green banking. Ya. Itu paling banyak. Mungkin saya lihat juga penelitian di Malaysia itu paling sering peneliti terkait namanya green bond ya, sukuk ya. Green banking juga itu paling banyak. Ya, rata-rata kolega saya meneliti terkait Islamic finance yang berbasis green keuangan itu mengambil dari penelitian Malaysia seperti itu. Selanjutnya, nah mungkin ini last slide ya. Cara kita buat menerapkan terkait greenwashing itu lebih apa? Ya, awareness ya, membangun yang namanya kesadaran. Ya tadi seperti yang saya tanyakan pada teman-teman, greenwashing itu sudah lama istilahnya. Tapi sampai sekarang mungkin banyak generasi Z ya, bahkan generasi milenial seperti saya, itu we don't know that. Ya, we don't know that word. Tidak banyak yang belum paham terkait namanya greenwashing. Nah, ini harus yang namanya dilakukan namanya pendekatan. Ya. Pendekatan kesadaran kepada mahasiswa, kepada generasi muda, kepada generasi Z, seperti itu. Nah, selain yang namanya dari diri kita atau pihak kampus, mungkin pemerintah itu harus membuat yang namanya regulasi, ya, regulasi yang dimana ya membuat kita nih mungkin yang akan kesadaran itu atau mungkin organisasi NGO dan sebagainya itu tidak terlalu yang namanya capek, ya, lelah seperti itu. Nah, yang terakhir adalah setting more protective environmental regulation. Nah, ini tadi berkaitan selain dengan apa pemerintah ya, mungkin diarahkan juga buat kebijakan untuk seluruh dunia seperti itu, ya teman-teman. Maybe that's my presentation. Ya, thank you very much. Mohon maaf jika ada salah kata. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Arif, for the informative and interesting talk. So I'm very attracted to see the greenwashing because I also never heard the terms of greenwashing. So basically, after listening to your presentation, the greenwashing has been practiced in our country, but maybe we are not familiar with that kind of name, right? So I think we can move to the Q&A session. So to our audience member, if you have any questions or any valuable insight to share, please raise your hand and you can use the mic provided. So I open the question to the floor. All right.
Yes. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Rifan bin Zulkifli. I'm a student of University Sultan Azlan Shah, and I have a few questions. First of all, I want to ask about riba, profit, and expansion. So, what I know about it, riba means increase, expansion, or growth. So basically, it's just about unjustified increase in debts or loan payment. If I'm being asked about interest and profit in Islamic banking, for example, the students who have applied for National Higher Education Fund Corporation, we usually call it as PTPTN, for subsistence during the study. And after they have graduated and employed, they have to pay off the loan depending on the time given following the amount of installment in the contract. So they have to complete the loan payment, including the interest or expansion, which involves increase. The question is, can you explain the difference between riba and profit? So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. May I know your question is referring to whom? Is it a panel 1 or panel 2, or both can answer?
The first panel.
The first panel. All right.
Well, this question is addressed to the moderator. No? So I think because it's a very age-old question of riba, you know. With the case you have mentioned, that is PTPTN, which is students' loan. So according to this one, is they say that it is a settlement. To settle the loan is wajib for us to settle. Whether it is from the government or private, you have to settle. The question comes is whether they can charge some interest or not. If you look at it from a conventional sense, anybody who is giving money, they expect something in return because they come to your rescue at a time of need. So the question is whether that constitutes riba or not. To me, it looks like service charge. Service charge is not. But what is the definition of riba? It is very important. We have to know. It is mentioned that in the hadith, famous hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, it says that كُلُّ قَرْضٍ جَرَّ نَفْعًا فَهُوَ رِبًا. Every loan that incurs a benefit, that constitute riba. Of course, this is a loan which you mentioned, PTPTN is a loan, but it is a loan which is not to the level of what they call exorbitantly charging. Okay, because riba will comes into effect only when it is what they call yula'af mula'afa. It's double and triple the amount. So let's say you get from PTPTN 10,000, and when you pay back 20 or 30,000, of course, it's something to worry about. If it is something very little, okay, it is considered as a service charge. So that should not be considered as riba. That's my personal opinion. It's the same like you go to a bank and you deposit your money there and they give you something in extra because they are not keeping the money in a locker. They are also investing, generating money and all these things. So they are sharing the profit they have come. So that also doesn't constitute as riba. Because what happens is our understanding of riba is rather skewed to the sense that any increase, okay, it's riba. No. That comes under the category of kull awadin jarra naf'an fahuwa riban. Every consideration that brings about a benefit, that is applying the law on the extreme. That is the tashdid aspect of it. Whereas in the kull qardin jarra naf'an, it applies on the lenient aspect of it, takhfif aspect of it. So I think I will not subscribe to the idea that you are paying anything more than what is required. Wallahu alam bisawab. But before I conclude, I was puzzled by the word greenwashing. But I know only one thing, brainwashing, yes. Brainwashing, this is the first time. And also the term green is something I feel that is something Islamic, But I didn't know that it has got such a connotation. Thank you very much for bringing it to our attention. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Prof. Is it answer the question? All right, maybe any question from the Hamka? Anyone?
Okay. Test. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So first thing first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Raja Raifan, and I'm Islamic economics student. So I'd like to ask a very simple question, and this question is for Mr. Professor Dr. Hikmatullah, and if Mr. Arif Widodo would like to ask too, then I'll be happy. So yeah, the question is, in the context of Islamic finance, could you please recap how do the principles of Sharia compliance intersect with sustainability criteria, and are there instances where they may conflict? So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
If I'm not heard properly, is you want to know about the criteria of sustainable development in the light of Sharia compliance, is it? What is your exact nature of the question? Is it in consonance or it affects the Sharia compliance? Well, I think it can, to me, I think it can go hand in hand. It can go hand in hand. But the fact is that we have to know what is the intention of this sustainability. What is the purpose of it? Is it to deny people the opportunity and their rights. If it's that, then it cannot go with the Sharia compliant. If it is to enhance, I think they should be allowed. It should be allowed there, because sustainability goes for the benefit of everybody. It goes to the profit. It's also to manage it. So all these things will add to the value of the Sharia compliance. So we do not want to come up with a product or service which is going to create poverty in society. So we have to ensure that this address the aspects which are in consonance with the Sharia. So Sharia doesn't stand in the way for progress of the society. So long as these type of sustainable goals are there, which can be embraced by Sharia, I think should be okay, no problem. But I think here we have to be very careful with what we mean by sustainability and also what it entails. Because in sustainability, what is happening is, out of the 17 goals, 14 are not suitable, because that is aimed at depopulation. Because all the 14 ones, they are talking about immunization and vaccination. And that is not in line with the Sharia. So that needs to be, if you look into the article which I downloaded yesterday, it's very fascinating. They say that 14 out of the, this is the one, you can go and read it for yourself. And they have identified all this thing is aimed at reducing population. And that needs to, this is not in consonance with Sharia compliance. Allahu alam, sir.
Mungkin tambahan ya. Terkait Sharia compliance ya, laporan kita harus mengetahui prosedur dan sebagainya gitu. Di Indonesia, sir, ya, ada dua pendapat. Gitu. Contoh mungkin dari teman-teman terkait yang namanya deposito ke bank. Ya. Mungkin ada bank konvensional dan bank syariah, seperti itu. Terkait bank syariah, ada kata-kata syariah, berarti sudah ya sesuai dengan aturan tadi syariah. Ya, ada kata syariah. Tetapi ya ada pertanyaan pendapat yang satu lagi ya, pendapat yang berbeda, bahwasanya kita harus tahu uang yang kita tabung yang depositokan itu diputar ya, diputar untuk kegiatan apa? Karena apa? Itu duit kita, itu hak kita. Ya, diputar untuk kegiatan yang berdasarkan syariah kah atau tidak? Kalau kita mendepositkan duitnya di bank syariah, ada dua pendapat. Yang mana satu ya yang percaya karena ada yang namanya istilah syariah, bank syariah bukan bank konvensional, ya karena itu sudah diawasi ya oleh lembaga berwenang. Berarti operasional dan sebagainya itu bersifat yang namanya syariah. Tetapi ada juga pendapat yang menyatakan karena itu uang kita, kita berhak tahu kita mendepositkan uang kita itu diputar untuk kegiatan apa, seperti itu. Ya, itu saya lebih ke praktikalnya seperti itu. Nah ini yang agak susah ya. Kalau saya sendiri jujur gitu, ya, tidak mencari langsung ya sampai terkait nanya apa ke perusahaannya. Ini uang saya mau digunakan untuk apa ini? Depositonya, ya, karena saya langsung rasa ada trust, kepercayaan, karena saya percaya kepada lembaga pemerintahan yang mengawasinya, seperti OJK dan BI seperti itu, ya karena basis konsepnya adalah ya tadi bank syariah bukan bank konvensional seperti itu, ya, itu pendapat saya. Terima kasih.
Alright, thank you, sir, for the informative. So I believe that there are more questions in the waiting list, but I'm really sorry because we are running out of time. So maybe you can personally contact our panel later for the further discussion. All right? So now we come to the end part of our symposium. I would like to say thank you very much to our panelists today for the brilliant and informative sharing. And also thank you so much to all audience for your active participation. And again, thank you for your great attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Over to you.
Thank you very much to Madam Hafrida Akma and both presenters for their great sharing. Before we end our event for today, I would like to invite Our Dean of Faculty of Management and Information Technology, Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah binti Ahmad Baharul Ulum, and Mr. Sumardi to come forward for our souvenir ceremony. I welcome Mr. Arif Widodo Nugroho, presenter from Hamka, Associate Professor Dr. Hikmatullah Babu Sahib, presenter from Universiti Sultan Azlan Shah, and our moderator, Madam Hafrida Akmal binti Musadat, to receive the souvenirs. Next, I would like to invite a representative from Universitas Muhammadiyah, Professor Dr. Hamka student, to receive a certificate of appreciation. Please welcome. I welcome Brother Adil Zaini bin Hamza, Chairman of Islamic Finance Student Society, to receive a certificate of appreciation. I welcome Mr. Sumardi, Deputy Dean of Hamka, to receive the souvenir. Please welcome. Thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah. Thank you to Associate Professor Dr. Zatul Karamah and Mr. Muhammad Aidil. and Hamkas for the souvenirs. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to seek your cooperation in completing the evaluation form, which is available by QR provided. Thank you. As a saying goes, to every beginning there is an ending. And now the ceremony has come to its end. Once again, thank you everyone for gracing our ceremony with your presence. We truly appreciate it. On behalf of the organizing committees, I would like to apologize if we have made any mistakes throughout the event. I end my duty as Master of Ceremonies for today's event with wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hamkas participants are asked not to leave the hall. After this, we will visit the library before going to the gallery for lunch. All VIPs and guests are required to wait at the main lobby for photography session before having a lunch. Thank you.
Minta perhatian, kita ada sesi bergambar beramai-ramai, so diminta duduk. Kekalkan kedudukan masing-masing. Okey. Alright, okey, kejap ya. Minta penuhkan ruangan yang di tengah ya. Okey, tengok kamera semua.